minutes. Hope you are well. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, April 10th, 2023. Hopefully you had a great, what do you call it, Easter weekend. I know I did. I just chilled for a minute and barbecued a little bit. We could barbecue here in California. A lot of people say, "Oh, I grilled." Well, no, I don't grill. I barbecue. I use a grill to barbecue, but we don't call it grilling. We call it barbecuing, BBQing. Okay, so and actually I had to make something. I'm all about the non-meat eats, right? But I have a meat eater in the house, right? So I had to make something for him. So I made ribs, right? I made these some baby back ribs, right? So people always ask me, well, how do you barbecue for and you don't eat meat? I'm like, well, I barbecued. Remember, I used to eat meat, right? So I barbecued a long time ago. So I can, I still remember how to do it, right? So still the same process. It's just that I don't taste it. I don't have to taste it. It's up to him to taste it and let me know how it is, right? So, but anyway, I do these lives every day, Monday through Friday. I call it the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. Talk about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Mostly hospitality stuff, but of course, I just talked about some food stuff because I need to get you caught up on, what I did this weekend. So, but it's all about hotels, hospitality, the good, the bad, the challenging of hospitality sometime, and just stuff to talk about. So this is different than my show. My show is called On Air with Russell of Hotels, which comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock here in California. Tomorrow, because I'm going to be traveling, and I'll tell you where I'm going in a minute. I'm going to be traveling, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow. But best believe there's going to be some live going on somewhere, right? I'm gonna do a live at the very minimum. I'm gonna do a live. So feel free if you guys are listening to me or see me or whatever. I'm live on YouTube as well as LinkedIn. Feel free to make comments. I'll see the comments right here. In fact, I'll make sure the comments are on the screen so other people can see those comments as well, because I'm all about interaction. So I do appreciate it. Let's see what's on the agenda for today. What am I going to talk about? I don't know. You guys know AHOA conference is in LA today. I'm not going to have time. Well, actually, I think it starts tomorrow. Won't have time to go check it out. But AHOA is Asian American Hotel Owners Association. So you get a lot of hotel owners that are here in LA. They're going to be at the convention center, which is a good thing. We need out of business. We can get here in LA. So no, I appreciate AHOA for coming in. And like Craig Sullivan and I know Glenn Hausman will be there as well. They do a hotel podcast. They talk to owners and, owners and developers and management companies and all that stuff. So all those people will be represented there. Actually, it would be a great opportunity for me to go as well. But I'm going to be in Vegas, right? So I'm here today. I'll be in Vegas tomorrow. So I'll be there for Connect. And a lot of people have chimed in and said, I'm going to be there too, that kind of thing. So, yeah, so it's going to be good to see some people, good to have some appointments, all that kind of stuff. So it's basically like I call it a trade show or an exchange where people like myself, meeting planners, go and meet hotel people, CVB people, or DMO people, Convention and Visitors Bureau, for people that don't know what that means, or DMO, which stands for Destination Marketing Organization, basically the marketing end for a destination. Okay, so Los Angeles has one, Las Vegas has one, every major city has one. It's basically a tourism arm of that destination. And there's a lot of smaller cities that have them too. A lot of second and third tier cities have them as well, which is great, right? So it's a service that people that plan meetings need to know about. And if you don't know about them, you need to find out, because the services are free and they actually know a lot about their destination. Go figure, right? So yeah, so I'll be there for a couple of days. It's called the Connect Conference. And so I will be there. Like I said, I think I have about 30 appointments. Something like that, 30 appointments. Well, that's what I signed up for, but I have not looked to see exactly what appointments I received. I don't know, so we'll see. And I just figured out where I was staying. I didn't even know where I was going to stay. I knew that I had a hotel somewhere, but I wasn't sure where it was, right? So it's the Venetian. So that's where the conference and everything is, there at the Venetian. So I'm looking forward to that. I thought it was at the Bellagio, but if I'm not mistaken, the Bellagio and Venetian are next to each other. But anyway, so that's going to be fun. Okay, it's going to be fun. It's going to be educational. It's going to be, like I said, it's good to catch up with people and see what's going on and find out about destinations I don't know about, right? So the good thing is there were a lot of destinations and people that I had never met before, which is good. right? Because I need, destinations in certain areas of the United States, right? So there you go. So that's what it's all about. It's about meeting those people. It's about getting familiar with their destination, their hotels, and what they can do for you, and and in turn what we can do for them, right? Because it's all about us bringing them business, right? So I'm a hotel site selection person or meeting planner. Some people call it that. It's up to us to bring business to them, right? So there you go. What was I going? What else was I going to say? There's something else. Oh, you always let people know what you do, right? Who you are. So just in case, and I probably should have led with this. I'm Russell. Well, I did say I was Russell of Hotels, right? So I'm Russell of Hotels. Russell Edmond is my real name, but I go by Russell of Hotels, and I know everything about hotels inside and out. 25, 30 years of experience, 14 different hotels, whatever. I don't want to bore anybody, but anyway, I'm a hospitality entrepreneur, which means I do a lot of shit. Okay, so from being a hospitality personality, which this is part of it, right? Doing lives and talk about my brand, Russell of Hotels, or talking about other people's brands. So I'm a brand show off, so that's one of the things that I do. So I'm a hospitality personality. I'm a hotel brand show off or hospitality content creator. So I'll show off your brand while while being a content creator. If that makes sense, right? Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all those, and you'll see some of the content that I have created for myself or for other hotels or for hotels. And then I do hotel site selection. So that's why I'm going to Vegas tomorrow, because I'm a hotel site selection person, expert, whatever, specialist, agency, all those words put together, where I find hotels for my clients who need hotels for their meetings, for their conferences, conventions, sales meetings, whatever it is, sporting events, whatever. I do that as well. And it doesn't matter where it is. It can be here, it can be in Washington, D.C. It doesn't matter. I cover, nationally. Also done some stuff internationally in the form of incentive trips and things like that. So those are things that I do. But always let people know what you do, right? So that's one reason why I do these lives, is I want people to know who I am, what I do, and how I can help them, right? So based on what I do, hospitality personality, show off your brand, right? So all these things can connect. At least the hospitality personality and the hospitality content creating can connect together, right? Because right now I can be talking about your brand, right, or showing your brand on, just like, let's say I just happened to just click right here, right, and I'm showing a brand, right? So now I just created content, not just for Russell of Hotels, but I created content for the Garland Hotel. As I'm talking about whatever I'm talking about, you see the Garland Hotel in the background. This is their lobby. The Garland Hotel is in North Hollywood. NoHo, that's the abbreviation for that. Hotel people always got abbreviations for everything, right? But no, North Hollywood is where this hotel is located, down the street from Universal Studios, right? So if you ever know if you've been in LA and you know where Universal Studios is, it's like within 5 minutes of there. So NoHo. So there you go. So like I said, I'm creating content for them as we speak, right? So it's about being a brand show off. So I'm showing off this brand, meaning I'm a brand show off, right? So people are like, what does that mean, a brand show off? Okay, well, now you know. That's what it is, a brand show off. So get back to this other screen, and, as you can see, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So LA, yeah, I think the rain is behind us, just in case people wanted to know, because they're coming to LA. It's time to come, right? So weather is going to get a little warmer this week. And in fact, I saw Vegas is supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow. I'm like, I ain't trying to do all that, right? But I guess I don't have a choice. But I guess what? I'll be inside until the thing is over. Okay. So they keep it pretty cool in the hotel, so I'll be fine. But let's see. What else? So let's see. What else was I going to talk about? I mentioned the AHOA conference, right? Oh, I was talking about AHOA conference, right? It's so easy for me to get sidetracked, right? I don't know why, but yeah, AHOA conference is going on at the LA Convention Center from the 11th through the 14th. Did you know that this is something, I just happen to see these numbers, right? 34,000 hotels owned by AHOA members. Okay, now AHOA stands for Asian American Hotel Owners. Okay, that's what it stands for. 34,000 hotels are owned by members of this organization. 60% of hotels 60% of hotels total in the U.S. are owned by AHOA members. Wow, I was like, wow, and that encompasses 3.1 million guest rooms. So for all these owners, all these hotels, 34,000 hotels, they have 3.1 million guest rooms, and probably counting, right? But that was probably the last count. But 3.1 million guest rooms. I thought that was just an amazing statistic. I was like, I gotta share that. So yeah, so like I said, this is all about owners, and maybe they want to buy other hotels, funding, how to find funding, and there's a lot of things going on as far as like crowdfunding. Say I don't have enough money to buy a hotel on my own. Well, they have crowdfunding where you can join a group of people that they have a little bit of money too. So put all your money together, and now you have enough to invest in a hotel, right? So all those things are things that are happening that a lot of people don't know. So if you want to buy a hotel, there are ways that you can buy hotels or invest in hotels. I just saw one deal a couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, and the owner, the developer, normally it's like $25,000 at the minimum to get into some of these hotel investment deals, but they're taking less than that, right? That's where this crowdfunding comes in, right? So I'm like, that's pretty interesting. So you never know. So if you don't know, you got to ask the right question. You got to ask the right people. So if you have questions about that, always feel free to reach out to me. I'll guide you to the right person. Because like I said, there is a deal that's in Louisiana at a hotel, and they're looking for people to invest, right? So I can get you in contact with the person that's doing the crowdfunding, their website and all that stuff. So I don't want to bore you with that stuff unless you want that information. But anyway, when I do these lives, I just don't come on just to talk. I always come on to talk about something. So one of the things I was going to talk about has to do with your hotel salesperson, right? So if you guys don't know, my past experience has been as a hotel sales, right? So my last position, I was a director of sales and marketing. And some of the things that I looked for in a sales manager, what should they be doing, right? How do they go about their daily activities, if you will, right? And especially if you're taking over, like say you're a new salesperson, you're just coming in and you're taking over for someone else. And let's just limit it to being a transient sales manager, not a group sales manager. A group sales manager is responsible for a group of people coming in, or a group of rooms that are coming in, 10 rooms or more on a peak night, right? A transient is basically a transient salesperson is looking at single reservations, 1 through 9 rooms per night, right? Like they're looking for, what do you call them? Corporate accounts or people, government that are traveling just by themselves, or even business people, corporate business travelers that are traveling by themselves, not with a group, right? So let me see, there you go, click. So, okay. So sales managers transit. See, I got it all, you guys are just talking, right? So I actually had this all thought out, planned out, right? So these are several things, and I'm not going to go into detail because I want to leave stuff to talk about like tomorrow and the next day and the next day after that, right? So I may be talking about this all week. So I'm just going to touch on these topics because you see them, but I won't go into detail with all of them as to what they mean. But sales managers should know what this stuff is, right? So if you've been around for a minute, the old school people should know exactly what some of these terms mean, right? If not, that's okay, because I'm gonna let you guys know what they mean, right? So and how to apply it, right? So the first one says begin in your backyard. I mean, you would think that's pretty self-explanatory, right? But it's not, because a lot of sales managers, new sales managers specifically, and maybe the old ones have forgotten about what does it mean to start in your backyard. But I'll get to that once I finish the list. Develop a flat list. What the heck is a flat list, Russell? I mean, what is all this stuff you're talking? It sounds good, but what does it really mean? Hotelligence 360. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I've heard of that, but maybe they don't use it, or they forgot what it is, or maybe your hotel doesn't subscribe to it, and maybe they should. Comp set hotels. Now, what does that mean? I mean, that's pretty easy, self-explanatory. The hotels that you compete with in your area, right? So Do you know who they are? Where they located? How many rooms do they have? There's a lot. How do they market? Who are their salespeople? There's a lot of things you should know about your comp set that a lot of people kind of sleep on that, right? Because you can't sell against your competitors if you don't know anything about them. There you go. I mean, as a director of sales and marketing, I used to make sure every sales manager that I had, say if I had 5 sales managers, and then there's at least 5 hotels in your comp set. Every hotel sales manager would be responsible for one of those hotels in our comp set. So they would have to know every single thing about that hotel, right? Within whoever they were assigned to, or whatever hotel they were assigned to, they needed to know everything about that hotel, like renovation, like who worked there. I mean, all these, who are their clients? Because why would I want to know who their clients are? Because we want them. Okay, we want them over here. Why are they there? What are you doing to try to get that business over here? That's what salespeople do, right? Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Persuade people from sleeping with the enemy. Okay, so that's what they should do, right? And then the last thing says, what is prime selling time? That's always funny when I think of that. Prime selling time. What is prime selling time? Well, I'm going to tell you what that is, probably tomorrow, next day. But anyway, let's start with the first one. Beginning, and I'm just going to do one today, right? Because these lives don't need to be that long, right? And I'm not trying to make them that long. So I'm already at 16 minutes. So I try to keep these lives around 20 minutes or so, all right? So begin in your backyard. What is your backyard? Okay, first and foremost, you want to begin where the last sales manager left off, right? And a lot of times, we can't find that information, right? So you need to go through the system, whatever system you use. What was that previous person's system? What were they using? Was it, I don't know, like a Delphi? Was it like a Salesforce? I use Salesforce here in my office. I use Salesforce where I put all my clients in. I put all my notes and all that. It's all digital. It's all electronic, right? So I can look up and see exactly where I've been the last week, right? Who did I meet with, or who did I talk to, the notes and all that stuff. So you want to start with that. Now, back in the day, we started with files, okay? So we actually had, the manila files and things like that. And a lot of hotels still have that, right? So a lot of hotels don't. They may have some digital stuff, but they still utilize files, which is fine. Okay, I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. You find out where they were. Your backyard is meaning in your space, right? And then first and foremost, in your space, right? So you want to check and see exactly where did that sales manager leave off, okay? Who did he or she contact? Who did he or she, make, promises to or whatever? Look at, past, like, do you have transient contracts and things like that? Who those companies were, and just compile a list of your own of who they met with and who you need to meet with, right? So I'm going to get down to that, but that's part of that, developing a flat list. And then the other backyard, so once you've done that, the other backyard, draw a circle around your hotel. I used to do a 5-mile radius around my hotel. So I would put my hotel in the middle, draw a circle around it, and basically a 5-mile radius. What companies are within that 5-mile radius of my hotel? Because those are the ones that I'm concentrating on, right? 5 miles out. Don't go any further than 5 miles out, because most of your business is going to come from there. I mean, yeah, you're going to get some stuff that's out of the city, out of the state, whatever, but get the low-hanging fruit first, right? Celebrate some victories, get some victories first, because if you start trying to go outside of that, you may not get anything and you get frustrated. But start at least with a 5-mile radius around your hotel, see what you can come up with, okay? Go from there, and then create your flat list, which I'll talk about tomorrow, what a flat list is, okay? So today is just about, identifying what's in your backyard, or what that previous salesperson did or didn't do, or where they left off, okay? So you want to find out what they left off, pick up where they left off, but then after that, you want to, do the 5-mile radius. You want to go into your backyard, right? So you draw put your hotel in the middle, circle around it 5 miles out from where your hotel is, Any clients in between there, those are the ones you're going to contact. You're going to follow up with. Okay, you're going to let them know, hey, I'm Russell. I'm Russell Edmond. I'm the new sales manager here. I took over for whoever previous person is, and I just want to know, hey, what's going on? Is everything okay? Is there anything I can assist you with? I see that you were sending us some groups back in right before the pandemic. I mean, is there any opportunity for this hotel for us to get any more business from the hotel? Like, oh my God, I was waiting for somebody to call me. Yes, of course, Hopefully it goes like that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. But you won't know unless you call, right? So begin with your backyard, okay? Can't go any further than that. Begin with your backyard and see what you come up with. And then, we'll talk about other stuff later. But anyway, I'm Russell of Hotels. I just want to come up and I do these lives every day, daily check-in. So I did the check-in, but I always have an educational piece for you as well. So this is for the sales managers. So I'll do this for the next week. Like I said, I do these lives every single day, Monday through Friday. So I will continue this. The other 4 or so different topics the next several days. So anyway, you guys have a great day, and feel free if you have questions at all. You can always make comments here, or you can slide into my DMs or send me a message, and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm always here. I'm accessible. I'm a resource. So there you go. So use it. All right. Have a great day. Peace.